So, Blue Beetle, a movie which arguably isn't looking like it's going to do massively well. The box office predictions are pretty terrible. They have been adjusted ever so slightly to a $30 million opening weekend, which is abysmal. That's awful. We do have word from the director that they were trying to make a trilogy of films. So we'll take a look at this. It's interesting because I guess the discussion really here is there an interest in Blue Beetle as a property? Is a disinterest in DC as a brand? Or is it waning superhero interest in general? So we'll take a look at this. So here we have it. This is the discussion about the trilogy. So Blue Beetle director reveals his trilogy plans as opening weekend box office predictions remain in the gutter. And they're really bad. I mean, $30 million, domestic opening is not great. That is pretty terrible. So last August, Bullet Train this month keeps chugging. WGA SAG-AFTRA strike continues. So we have this, a $30 million opening on August 18th. And they say this, Blue Beetle, Warner Brothers, is delivering what is arguably the first feature film superhero for Latino and Hispanic audiences. And I will say, cool, that's fine. Sure, great, I guess. If that's what you need, representation on screen, fine. I think it's a bit sad, but fine. With respect to, that as the sort of tentpole, that's the property, that's the first one. It is quite shame, actually, that it's not doing as well as it could do. And I think, arguably, James Gunn is to blame for that with his nonsense of, we're going to reboot the DC and then release films. What are you doing, you plum? For goodness sake. So, not smart from his side of things. The pick was actually originally conceived for HBO Max. We know that. They apparently really liked it and pushed it out to, a wider audience, gave it a bit more money. Now, they say this, the Angel Manuel Soto directed pick is very hot with Latino and Hispanic moviegoers. Right now on track in the movie's unaided awareness, which is a section of polling where moviegoers aren't promoted on upcoming movies, rather name them independently when polled, is soaring above that of Sony's Gran Turismo. That's really not a surprise, in fairness. Okay. True, this projection right now is lower than the $55 million start of The Flash. So that's not a good thing, is it? And Shazam's Fury of the Gods, $30.1 million opening. But no, movies aimed at Hispanic and Latino moviegoers can over-index in their first weekends due to walk-up business. That's what happened this weekend with The Meg to The Trench, coming in at the top of expectations with a $30 million start and a strong turnout among Hispanic and Latino crowds at 25% per Comscore Screen Engine's post-track. But $30 million is not good. That's not good at all. And they even say a $30 million start for this genre title is right in the vicinity of another Hispanic Latino conceived tentpole, Robert Rodriguez, Alita Battle Angel. I mean, that wasn't... Really? You're going to try and label that Hispanic Latino? Really? I mean, it was done by James Cameron. Yeah, Robert Rodriguez directed it, but it was all done from James Cameron. Bizarre. So, look, and Alita Battle Angel, albeit a film I really enjoyed, that's not a film to compare this to, because that didn't do very well either. It was only saved by DVD sales and Blu-ray sales. But like I said, they're sort of floundering on this and trying to hype it up by going, well, we actually wanted to make a trilogy, so please do watch this film. And I get it. I understand. They're obviously concerned. But he recently detailed his plans, the director, for a Blue Beetle trilogy, as the opening weekend box office predictions for the film look abysmal. So Soto previously detailed to Total Film via Games Radar that his plans for Blue Beetle involved a trilogy. He outlined our first movie. The way we wanted to do it was always with the mentality that we wanted to do 2 more, at least, and taking the traditional 3-act structure of a story. We wanted our first movie to practically be the first act of a saga. So like an advert then, that's not good. These comments were recently echoed by the film star Zolo Maradona, butchered that, who informed Fandango, it's up to everyone to show up for the movie. And it's so wonderful that we got to make movies like this. And if it does well, we'll get to open more doors for more Blue Beetles. And not even just for the people up here, but we've got a whole thing set up. So many Beetles to choose from, so many comics to choose from. and really just a whole world. We're super appreciative that DC took the first swing at the live-action Latino superhero movie, so we're ready to do it again if the crowd wants it. I think it's a shame that they're selling this off the back end of, like, oh, it's the first Latino super... Yeah, I mean, it is, but you don't need to sell it like that. Don't pigeonhole yourself. This movie should do well enough regardless of it being a Latino superhero movie. It should just do well in general. The need to sell it on that, I think, is kind of sad, and I think that does it actually less justice, quite frankly. So speaking with the playlist, the director detailed what his plans for the Blue Beetle trilogy were. Of course, we can't put everything in one movie, and that's why this is the first act of a bigger saga. So basically an advert for another one, which is not good. There's so much more to be said that I'm really looking forward to saying. We wanted to tell the movie in a way that felt like, what if Latin cinema embraced the superhero film? We spend time with Jamie, with his family. We know what's at stake and how they behave. The Scarab is an intruder, so when it attaches to him and all hell breaks loose, the stakes are more personal and you care more. This just sounds like every single movie we've seen. It doesn't sound, it doesn't sound unique to the Latin experience in America, does it? So as for his ideas for a second film, Soto said, Blue Beetle, the first film, was Jamie's story. We wanted to focus on him and his family. By the end of the movie, there'll be questions about the Scarab, and I hope to answer them. For the next film, I hope to tell the whole story of what happened to the Scarab, where he comes from, why he was sent, and hopefully, in the end, who they have to defeat. So Soto didn't elaborate on what he had planned for a third film, but Soto's comments come that the film was expected to perform terribly at the box office. So originally it was predicted $12 million to $17 million opening. Now they bumped it up to $30 million, which is still just woeful. Absolutely woeful. I mean, originally it was domestic total forecast range of 27 to 55 million. That's still, even a $30 million opening now, if this movie ends at $100 million domestic, that's in the Flash territory. That's terrible. So those predictions have barely budged. I mean, they have budged now. At a production budget of $120 million. So, I mean, it needs to make, $300 million globally to start breaking even. It's not good at all. And The Flash didn't even hit that, 268.1 million, and that's lost loads of cash. So, it's a shame. But yeah, this film's kind of dead on arrival, really. And I do think it's a shame. I think there's a lot that could be good here, potentially. But yeah, $120 million production budget. Not good if it's opening to $30 million domestic. And like I said at the start, is this a conversation to be had? Is it James Gunn that's caused this? Is it waning interest in the DC brand? Is it too many DC reboots? Is it too many superhero movies? What is it? Is it people's lack of interest in Blue Beetle? What is it? Let me know. What do you guys think? So let me know down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Give the video a like and a share. I've Mr. H. Take care.